Moving right along, we're gonna create some decorations on the side of the skirt. To do so, one more thing I can do is make the bottom part just a little bit more bigger, right? So I can drag this out, holding down Shift. Before I release, click the red mouse button. You can type in a specific number that you want to move it. So let's see, 200 maybe. Do the same thing on the other side so it's symmetrical. I don't think that's really necessary, but yeah, 200. Alright, so it's bigger at the bottom. Cool. And then I'm gonna create some internal lines by using this guy called internal polygons or lines. G button is the shortcut. Click on this edge, maybe here. Holding down Shift, go to the other edge and double click to finish that. So I have a line here. I think it's a little bit too high. Let me drag it down and move the dot to actually the edge. It will snap. Okay, let me do one more, maybe. Actually, I want it to be higher now. Yeah, that's the proper place. Sometimes it doesn't have to be precise. One thing I do like about this program is that it's never really super technical. It's actually pretty tolerant to imperfections. Anyway, I'm gonna go for this guy, holding down Shift and double click the other edge to just create another line. Maybe just drag this line a little lower to be there and move it over to the edge, and one more line and we should be done with this part. So 3 internal lines, and for those lines, let me hold it down, press the space button to resimulate. Sometimes when you add internal lines, things will go wrong. Just resimulate by press the space button or click on that little arrow button, turn it on. I'm gonna drag out a new rectangular here. Alright, let's see where it is. Drag it up and make it just maybe a little bit longer than the line I drew out for this guy. I'm gonna sew this new piece to there. Holding down space. As you can see now, it's being sewed on top. As you can see, it's having some trouble figuring out what's going on, but you just give it some time, it will eventually be able to know what's going on, hopefully. It's not always guaranteed though. If it doesn't really know what's going on, you can actually select it and say the layer will be 1 for this guy and hit OK. What this does is going to tell it, okay, you're on layer 1, you should be on the outside of the skirt underneath you. So that's going to help me, or not. Control V, go back. I'm going to turn that back to 0. It usually works, but if it doesn't, I guess I have to drag things around just to help it a little bit. Let's see, so this guy should be on the outside. I'm gonna hold it down W and click, create a pin and drag it out. Hold it down W and create a pin on the inside piece and drag it in. So basically, force them to figure out what's going on. Now this part is probably done actually by character artists, so you are not doing it. But I think it's still valuable that we show you this process so you can know what's actually being done in some of the processes. Enter W to finish, to disable all the pinning we have. And we can figure out the overlapping here by dragging things out. Alright, everything's happy. I'm gonna sew those two together by press N button, click here and the other side, space to finish that. It's touching the ground a little bit. That's gonna make the simulation a lot more harder. So I'm gonna make it shorter by dragging this guy up so that it's having some space on the ground, from the ground. Okay, so that's one of the detail here. I'm gonna create another one here on this guy. So Control C, Control V after selecting this guy. Holding on Shift and move it up. Alright, I'm gonna sew this new guy to the new line here above. Space. And this time I can probably tell it to be layer 1 so it does know what's going on. As you can see, it's trying to push things out, push itself out. Go back to 0 afterwards. Always go back to 0 when things are fixed for performance issues. Okay, so one more. And yeah, just one more. Control C, Control V again on this guy. Move it up. And let's sew them one more time. Space. Layer 1. Okay, space. And space. Back to 0. And space one more time. Okay. That's it. So yeah, we got all those little detail now. Of course, you can keep adding detail if you want to learn how this program works. Creation-wise, you can reference to other tutorials, but that's not the focus of this one. So let's say we're happy with our shape now, right? And we're gonna stop this tutorial. In the next one, we're gonna talk about the physical properties of the garment. All right, see you next time.